joining us for today's webinar brought to you by the ESA Sales and Marketing Professionals. I'm Jacqueline Shawn, Marketing Manager for the Electronic Security Association. Just a couple of housekeeping notes to review before we get started. All callers will be muted for the duration of this webinar, so please be sure to use your question or your chat log to submit your questions, and these will all be addressed at the very end of the webinar. Additionally, a recording of the webinar will be available in the online S&P resource library at www.esaweb.org/SMP. CE credits are available for attending today's webinar, so please refer to your chat log momentarily to request your accreditation forms. Today's webinar on relationship marketing is presented by Meg Charendoff. Meg is the principal and founder of Create, Communications, Media, and Marketing, a marketing firm that focuses on the tactical execution of content-driven marketing initiatives for businesses, including providers in the electronic security industry. A lawyer, writer, marketing strategist, and entrepreneur, Meg draws on more than 2 decades of experience in the law, media and publishing, and professional and business services marketing to develop compelling content that creates energy, engagement, visibility, and growth for her clients. She is very passionate about well-written content, recurring monthly revenue, and the eradication of random acts of marketing in our lifetime. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to Meg.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad you could join us today. We're going to talk about relationship marketing, and we're going to focus on using relationship marketing to grow your business through meaningful customer connections. And we're going to be talking specifically, because this is the heart of relationship marketing, with connections with your existing customers. Relationship marketing is a strategy that comes from the idea that your existing customers are a source not only of additional profitability for your company, but also a source of new business, the potential for acquisition of new accounts and growing your RMR by focusing your marketing on the customers that you already have. This is my little Venn diagram of relationship marketing, and we'll get back to what each of these particular elements mean and how they interact with each other. But for the moment, I want to focus on the fact that relationship marketing is about the intersection of quality, the quality of the services and the products that you're offering, your marketing strategy, by which I mean more than just your marketing campaigns or your advertising campaigns, but really bringing a marketing mindset to just about every part of your business to drive your profitability, to drive your business decisions. And customer service. The customer experience is the foundation of relationship marketing. And if we could make the circles bigger or smaller, I would say that, or sort of move them around, I would say that customer service should be really big, marketing should sort of overlap a little bit more, and quality of your products and services is going to be driven by customer service and marketing. And for anyone who is confused about what I'm saying, hang on, we're going to get there. But let's talk about relationship marketing and what it is and what it isn't, so that we have an understanding of what we're talking about here. So relationship marketing is a marketing strategy. It's focused on loyalty and long-term relationships with your existing customers. It focuses on retaining existing customers, and it leaves other marketing strategies to focus on customer acquisition. So while we will see later how relationship marketing has an impact on customer acquisition and creating RMR from new accounts, the focus for relationship marketing is really on your existing customers. I'm going to say that about 19 or 20 times because I really want you to understand that your existing customers are often a forgotten group of folks for your marketing focus. Once you've got a customer, many people tend to forget that that they have existing customers that need to be marketed to. So I'm going to say it a bunch of times. It's a focus on marketing strategies for your existing customers. It's a strategy designed to develop a strong connection with those customers by providing them with information that's suited to their needs and interests and promoting open communication that is a two-way communication street. That's a very important part of relationship marketing. It's a strategy that uses customized approaches for every stage of the customer life cycle so that you are building trust and you're building communication with your existing customers over the course of wherever they might be in their customer relationship with you. Relationship marketing is customer focused. It's an application that helps your company be market driven when it comes to your business strategies and your business operations. And it's a very effective way of both increasing your RMR for your existing customers and, as I said, has the potential to help you increase your RMR through the acquisition of new customers as a tangential result. Relationship marketing is all of these things. It's also not a bunch of other things that we need to understand. It's not transactional marketing. As I said, transactional marketing focuses on increasing the numbers of new sales and accounts. It's not transactional marketing, but we typically understand that to be. It is not a replacement for more traditional marketing. It's part of an integrated plan. So it's not going to replace any of the other parts of your marketing strategy or your marketing plans that you have in place now. It should be created to work with all of those other strategies and plans. It is not a marketing campaign by itself. You don't launch a relationship marketing campaign that begins and ends and that then you measure the return on investment of it. It is a strategy that is an overarching strategy that should be continued throughout the course of your business operations and has within it particular marketing campaigns that you might want to consider, whether they're short-term, temporary, or long-term or permanent. And it doesn't mean social media alone. There is a social media component to it, but many people tend to confuse social media and what's otherwise been called drip marketing or nurture marketing and the practical implementation of that with relationship marketing as a whole. And it's not just social media. But hang with me, because if you came here for social media, we'll get to a little bit of that. So why relationship marketing? Let's talk about the business case for relationship marketing, why it's important that you consider and implement a plan. Today's world is very different from the world that we had 10 years ago, or even 5 years ago at this point. The business landscape for businesses as a whole, whether you are a business-to-consumer business, a business-to-business business, or a hybrid, is that there's 24/7 information available at the touch of fingertips to keyboards, keypads, mobile devices. So your customers are inundated with information. They have more information than ever. They have it at their command. They can go out and they can get it. They have Google, they have Chrome, they have internet searches, they have the availability of information that you put out there and the availability of information that other people have put out there about you, and they can see and get that very easily. So customers and prospects are more informed than ever, which has pros and cons, or we can talk about it differently. We can talk about it as advantages and opportunities. The advantages of better informed consumers include the fact that they are farther along in the buying process. They're more prepared to buy. They've accumulated information. They've thought about whether or not they want to buy products and services. And because they have all of the information at their fingertips, they make better buying decisions. What does that mean for the electronic security industry? It means that customers tend to be stickier. They tend to be more long-term. They're more loyal. They tend not to attrit at the end of their original term of their contract because they've made conscious well-informed buying decisions. And knowing that, hopefully, your selling processes and procedures can be dovetailed to a more informed customer so that you are capitalizing on that. That's another webinar for sales. We can talk about that at a different time. You actually have more control over how you reach your customers and prospects as well. You have your own channels, which include your websites, your blogs, your emails, anything that you put out to them directly that can reach them or that they can come and see through Google searches. You have access to social media platforms, depending on whether you have a residential or a commercial or both kinds of customers. You have different platforms that will reach different segments, and you can put your messaging out on those platforms. You can put your information out. You have some control over those, less control than your own channel. And you can purchase media. Traditional and digital advertising are all part of a purchase media campaign. And another thing that's not on the slide, but that is something that you also have the ability to get is what we call earned media, public relations and visibility through industry press and consumer press. Some challenges. The more information your consumers have, the more power they have in making buying decisions. And not only in making buying decisions, but in what information they listen to, what information they trust, what information they filter into their buying processes and what they don't, who's talking to them and who's not. From a marketing and a selling perspective, that means that your processes have to now be focused on the customer, not on the contract, and the customer experience, not on the dollars. Just as a mindset, your marketing and your sales, in order to meet today's landscape and work well within today's landscape, should be focused on and driven by customer needs and wants, but not dictated by what your company decides to offer that the market is just going to accept or not accept. There's information that you can control. This is a challenge, and information that you cannot control. Your critics have a platform, or many platforms, in social media, in online reviews, in direct discussions, word of mouth, that you have no control over. The only influence you might have on that comes down to the customer experience that you provide those people that are now providing reviews, making comments on social media, and talking about you in what we call word of mouth marketing. So there's a lot of control there that is a business risk. How does this play in the landscape for electronic security? Today's marketplace. There's increased competition, new entrants into the marketplace from traditional companies. The barriers to entry are lower, and there are more folks actually getting into the market in a traditional sense. We've increased competition from cable and telecommunications companies and others that are entering the market with bundled services, offering packages of home automation, video, remote access, and they're trying to take a portion of the market for themselves on the promise that the systems, the infrastructure is already in place, and they can reach your home and create for you a very convenient package, so you don't have to contract with multiple providers. Then you have increased competition from the do-it-yourself market. Companies and internet-connected self-monitoring is now a form of competition, and it's increasingly becoming offerings that multiple companies, multiple venues are offering. So given this environment, how can we use relationship marketing to increase our profitability? So here's some some of the advantages of relationship marketing and how it has an impact directly on your bottom line. There's no dating around with the competition when you use relationship marketing. Satisfied long-term customers are loyal. They're less likely to switch. They're also less likely to be impacted by your competition's efforts to get them to switch. Sales promotions, marketing campaigns, door-to-door sales have less of an impact on your loyal long-term customers. So they're a little bit more, or substantially more, depending on how well you're doing, competition-proof. Satisfied long-term customers are less price-sensitive. According to market research, consumers that are satisfied long-term customers are less concerned with what they're paying and less likely to complain about their billing, less likely to take action to move away from your services to something that's less expensive, more focused on value, more focused on their feelings of being respected and cared for, more focused on their ongoing relationship with you. Relationship marketing can be a source of increased recurring monthly revenue because satisfied long-term customers are more likely to upgrade their technology and add services that can increase your RMR. Because they know your business, they're more likely to embrace new products and ventures that you offer. They're willing to take a chance on these new products and services. Business extension is easier when you've been employing a relationship marketing program because they are more amenable to your new offerings. So think video, home automation, mobile access, new services that can increase your RMR by focusing in on your existing customers as early adopters. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, too, a little bit more deeply. And if you don't believe me in the electronic security sense, think about Apple. Apple is one of the best examples of relationship marketing. They sold more than 10 million iPhones in the first few days, iPhone 6s, in the first few days that they were available because of customer loyalty and long-term satisfaction. So people were lining up to get the latest and greatest from Apple, even though they may not have needed a new piece of equipment, simply because they're long-term, loyal Apple customers. Relationship marketing has a direct impact on your cost structure as well. Do you know what your creation multiple is? The cost of adding new accounts or replacing lost ones is much more expensive than the cost of keeping customers that you have happy, satisfied, and with you. So to the extent that you are using a relationship marketing strategy to focus in on your existing customers, you are reducing your cost to the bottom line of keeping or maintaining your customer base and your RMR. All of which, of course, provides you with greater profitability over both the short and the long term. Loyal customers also do your marketing for you. So you have a reduced cost both in terms of expenses and in terms of resources, time, energy, people to do your marketing, because satisfied long-term customers become active promoters of your business, whether you ask them or not. And you should be asking them to be active promoters of your business through programs such as promotional offers, referrals, and other programs like that, which we will touch on later. But they are actually more likely to engage in word-of-mouth marketing on your behalf without being asked. In today's world, we have a number of online reviews that people happily participate in, and when they are happy and satisfied with the products and services that you're providing and the full customer experience that you're giving them, they will post online. They will provide positive reviews. They will also provide negative reviews. and you can certainly ask for positive reviews and encourage people to do that. They will refer family and friends to you. They will forward any content that you forward to them that is interesting, compelling, and useful onto other people. So they will actually act as a conduit for your marketing to people that you may not know that could be qualified leads or prospects for you. And they will respond positively when you ask for direct referrals. And they will respond positively when you ask for things like reviews and participation in promotional activities, because they're receiving the benefit of your relationship marketing program. Relationship marketing also has the benefit that it is a two-way communication street. So long-term satisfied customers are much more likely to both receive the information that you're giving them and to give you more information. They're more likely to participate in surveys. They're more likely to give you feedback in telephone calls. They are, again, more likely to post reviews, answer questions, participate in social media, contribute to emails and newsletters that you might put out there. It becomes a two-way street that provides you with very important both positive and negative feedback when you have a core base of loyal customers. So that's the business case for using a relationship, building a relationship marketing strategy. Let's get a little bit into what exactly a relationship marketing strategy entails and how you can put one together for yourself. So relationship marketing sounds like a program or a strategy in which you would be focusing on your connections and your engagement with your existing customers. And it is in part that, but it's a little bit of a misnomer, because the true secret to relationship marketing is that your customers aren't really concerned with having a relationship with you. They don't want to go to lunch, although some of them might, I suppose, if you're that friendly. They don't really want to interact with you on a consistent or a regular basis unless you're proving yourself useful to them in a practical way. So the secret to relationship marketing is how useful you prove yourself to be over the course of the relationship, in addition, over and above the products and services that you provide, which, if you are engaged in a relationship marketing program, your products and services will be top quality and meeting their expectations just as a result. And I'll get into a little bit more about that if anyone has questions on that later too. So back to this diagram, because it's the principle of relationship marketing. So relationship marketing is the intersection of quality, your products and services, your customer service experience, the customer experience for your existing customers, and an overlay of marketing, how you're using the existing channels that you have to market yourself in a way that reaches your existing customers. Now, because it is a marketing program or strategy, I'm going to start and finish with the marketing aspect of it, and we're going to come full circle on that. So in order to fully understand and fully utilize a relationship marketing program, you need to understand marketing in its broadest sense. When companies have a marketing mindset, they have the realization and the expectation that marketing is more than simply advertising campaigns and logos. That marketing is bigger than a support function or a cost center. It's a core function that drives your business strategy and contributes positively to your bottom line in measurable ways. So as you see from the diagram, it interacts and impacts the other essential elements of relationship marketing, which is the quality of your products and services and your customer service. So we'll shift a little bit over to the customer service aspect of it, because I do believe that it's the second important element to discuss And together, the marketing and the customer service will eventually filter into the quality aspects of your business strategy. So a customer-focused company is market-driven and asks the questions, like, what do my customers want and need? Am I meeting their expectations? What do my customers think about me? What's my brand awareness? Not what do I think of myself and what am I telling them, but what do my customers actually think of me? Because relationship marketing is focused on customer loyalty as a driver of profitability, providing excellent customer service is critical. And customer service means more than just the employees that are the folks in your customer service department or your call center. Providing excellent customer service, what does that really mean? Providing excellent customer service means that you're giving customers exactly what they were promised in a way that makes them feel valued and respected, and you're adding value to their lives at no cost. No cost is the key to that one. The value and the no cost are two elements that are essential to the customer experience. So you're giving customers exactly what you promised them. You're fulfilling your brand promise. You are doing it in a way that makes them feel valued and respected. And you're providing practical, useful, value-add information and services at no cost. Those three elements of excellent customer service. So how does that work? How does that play out within your company? What are the hallmarks, if you will, of excellent customer service? One of the essential elements to excellent customer service is the realization that all of your employees from the top down, regardless of their job, are your brand ambassadors, and they have the ability to impact the customer experience, to build customer loyalty, and to be part of relationship marketing. So yes, your customer service folks with frontline customer interactions are essential to your excellent customer service. But your sales team, your installers, your billing and collections folks, your service technicians, your receptionists, the IT folks that work on the website, management and ownership all have to have the mindset that they are brand ambassadors that have the ability to impact customer experience. So how do you enable your employees to provide the best customer service possible? Excellent customer service requires that you implement the highest standards for customer care in every department and every function. It means making the providing of the best experience, the best customer experience, part of your corporate culture. It requires that excellent customer service as a corporate culture is supported from the top down by ownership and by management in a way that's authentic and communicates regularly that this is an important part of a core value, if you will, of your company. You apply it at every stage of the customer life cycle from beginning to end, and in a different way at every stage of the customer life cycle. So it's tailored to your new customers, your existing customers, your long-term customers, even your exiting customers, because customers do leave for valid reasons. And in order to do that, it requires that you give your employees the training and the resources to provide that customer experience. You also give them the authority to provide the solutions to customer problems as a frontline way of reacting. So they have the training, the resources, the tools, the technology, and the authority to solve customer problems and give customers the best possible experience without undue weight or having to go through 3 layers of supervisory authority in order to get that. Another way to provide excellent customer service is to employ the customer feedback loop. So the customer feedback loop is indeed a loop that is an ongoing system of using information that your customers give you, including complaints, to drive your business decisions. So using the customer feedback loop requires that you collect information from your existing customers through a variety of different ways, which we'll talk about. You acknowledge the information to those customers, so you provide them with feedback that you have heard them, that you value their information, that you value the feedback that they've given you, whether it's a complaint or not. You treat complaints as just bits of information, whether it has to do with a particular part of customer service within your company, whether it has to do with a product, whether it has to do with a service. Whatever the customer complaint is, it is a source of information that you then will weave into your customer feedback loop. Once you've acknowledged the information, you evaluate that information with an eye toward what will we be doing with that information to make changes within our company, changes to our products, changes to our services, changes to the way that we interact with our customers, changes in the way that we service our existing customers with maintenance. It requires an ongoing regular evaluation of incoming information, not just in a department, but across departments and through upper level management, to recognize that there are short-term and long-term changes that may need to be implemented, and then an implementation of those changes that's well communicated. Employees are trained, your employees are given the resources to implement those changes and to take them back to your customers to continue to provide your customers with an improved customer service experience. Once you've made the evaluation, then you have to act, which requires implementation of maybe new processes, maybe hiring new folks, maybe changing people's jobs, maybe changes in the central operations of your company in order to provide a better customer service experience for your customers on an ongoing basis. And again, action needs to be led from the top down. The last part of the customer feedback loop is communication to your customers, to all of your customers, not only the ones who provided you with the information, but all of the remaining, everyone, that you've made changes in your company to provide them with an improved customer service experience. This is an opportunity to get in front of existing customers across the spectrum of satisfaction, from customers that identify themselves as not really satisfied or the unhappy customers, all the way to the customers who would identify themselves as promoters of your business, to communicate with them the changes that you've made, the new products, the new services, the technology, anything that would provide them with information that they can then use to be brand promoters for your company. So we have been talking about we've been talking about relationship marketing and customer service and marketing as they intersect. And I want to take a minute to go back to talking about how both of those things will impact the quality of the services that you're providing. In a customer-driven, market-focused company, the goal is to provide your customers with solutions that meet their needs. In order to provide your customers with solutions that meet their needs, that answer their issues, that meet their desires, it requires that you be focused first and foremost on what those needs actually are. It requires market intelligence. It requires an understanding of what your target market is, who your target clients are, because not every client, every customer is appropriate to your business. And it requires an ongoing two-way communication street to make sure that you are meeting the needs of your customers with the appropriate products and services. So some questions that would be part of your relationship marketing strategy would include, are you offering solutions that meet those customer needs and wants? Are you offering the latest products and services? Are your products and services appropriate for your target market and for your brand proposition? What are your competitors offering in terms of products and services? Are you competitive with them? If you're choosing to be competitive with them, what differentiates you from them? If you're not choosing to offer the same products and services, that needs to be a conscious decision that you're going to create a different brand proposition for yourself than other competitors in your target market. And when I talk about brand proposition, I'm focused on, and you should be focused on, what exactly is the promise that you are making to your customers. Do you want to be known as the company that provides technologically innovative solutions? And are you meeting that brand proposition? Are you providing premium products and services? Are you providing low cost and outstanding value? Are you providing a promise to your customers that all customer service problems and complaints will be resolved within 24 hours? Are you speedy? Every company has a brand proposition. The closer you are to maintaining your brand proposition in your marketing and in your daily operations, the better your brand awareness will be, the better your relationship marketing program will work. So there's a lot of theory that we've been talking about here. So let's talk about how we would implement a relationship marketing program, a relationship marketing strategy that would be effective and appropriate for your company. So implementing your relationship marketing program requires that you consider and understand and work within a number of different channels, because the marketing aspect of relationship marketing is as key as the customer service or the quality aspects. So not only are your employees' direct interaction with your customers an essential element of customer service, they're a channel for reaching those customers with important information. So as I said, all employees are brand ambassadors. They have the ability to impact customer loyalty, to create positive experiences, to get and receive information, and the ability to promote your marketing message in a variety of different ways. So the marketing overlay to the relationship marketing strategy is that you're using those employees as both customer service employees, doing their job as someone in your phone, your call center, your sales team, your installers, your technicians, everyone. But they're also promoting your brand with your brand messaging in each and every touch point, live, email, website, each and every touch point with an existing customer. Your content is crucial to your relationship marketing, as it is crucial to all of your marketing, actually. And all of the content that you put out there, whether it's written or whether it's verbal, is messaging that has a marketing effect. Every time you put out content, whether it's a newsletter, an email, a new posting on your blog, something new on your website, an invoice, any of those times that you're putting information out to a customer, it's another opportunity to offer helpful, practical information to your customers that will, again, make them feel as if you're giving them something that's a value add without asking them to pay for it. And some common, as I said, areas in which you can use your content to create this feeling of trust, respect, and value add would be customer-only areas of your website. Webinars like this one, seminars and videos that you can offer your customers are also another way to do that. Newsletters, emails, If you prefer live events, you can do live events as well. It's helpful to think about the information in your content as providing your customers with the answers to a number of questions. You know, what can I be doing? What should I be doing? What are some problems and issues that I might not be aware of? And what are the solutions that are available for that? And when I'm talking about content, there is a portion of content that is direct marketing. It includes some product and service marketing, but it's also content that is non-product content. That is, again, helpful, practical, entertaining, accessible, and that isn't a direct sell. Social media. Social media could also fit under the heading or the umbrella of content, but social media channels are a category unto themselves that I'd like to talk about, especially since we began the discussion with the idea that some people view relationship marketing as social media, because they're one and the same. They are elements that are shared, and social media can be part of your relationship marketing plan, but as I said, they're not exactly the same. The social media is particularly effective for engaging with your existing customers if and only if it's done right. Why is that? It's quick, it's real time, it gives you the opportunity to interact on a one-on-one basis in a two-way conversation, and it has the added advantage that it's visible to your entire audience in the social media sphere. So if you are having an interaction on Facebook with a customer and you are responding appropriately to either that customer's complaint, that customer's comment, or that customer's positive reaction to something, you're having a one-to-one discussion with that customer. Your entire Facebook audience can see that. If you are sharing tweets on Twitter, if you are posting articles on LinkedIn or commenting on other people's articles on LinkedIn, if you are using any one of a number of social media platforms, you can showcase your excellent customer care in front of an entire audience of folks simply by interacting with one of your customers. The downside to social media is always that it also has the ability to reveal very publicly any flaws, any complaints, any criticisms, any conflicts that you might have with your customers. So monitoring, reacting appropriately, planning ahead, and having a team of folks, whether it's one person or a number of people who have authority and the resources to respond appropriately to social media is key if you're going to use social media as part of your relationship marketing plan or any marketing plan. Loyalty programs and promotions are an excellent and effective way to reach and interact with your existing customers. Be good to your customers and they will be good to you is kind of the motto on that one. Providing great service and great value to your customers is the minimum that customers expect. So to incentivize customers and acknowledge your existing customers, consider a program that rewards their loyalty, whether it's with a small gift, a discount on new services or products, the ability to be the first people, the first early adopters to have a new service or product at a discount or even for free if that works for you. Take a personal approach if you can to a core group of your best, your most long-standing customers to cement those relationships. All of this helps generate referrals. It certainly helps generate good online reviews, and it really truly can only cost a few extra dollars or a few extra moments of your employee's time to administer these promotions and programs. They can be short-term, temporary. They can be long-term and permanent. They can be the kind of programs that have different levels to them. It depends on your customer base. It depends on your target market. And it depends on your objectives. So loyalty programs and promotions can be an essential part of your relationship marketing plan. And surveys, as I said before, every interaction is an opportunity both to give value and to get information. And one of the positive advantages to having a relationship marketing plan and having loyal customers is that loyal customers are more likely to give you information, more information and better information. So customer satisfaction surveys are terrific. I would recommend that the questions are simple and limited in number. They include a mix of yes or no and ratings, 1 to 10 questions, 1 being most satisfied, 10 being, 1 being least satisfied, 10 being most satisfied, 1 being don't agree, 10 being completely agree. Open-ended questions that get follow-up information. Consider offering a bonus or a reward to those customers that complete the survey. You don't need to go full-fledged with a customer survey more than, every once in a while, but because you have employees that have direct interaction with your customers, you can use that opportunity to take what I would call mini customer surveys, 2 or 3 very simple questions that are at the end of a conversation, at the end of an email, at the end of an online interaction that are both seeking some information about your customer satisfaction with that particular interaction and a couple of broader questions, maybe an open-ended question about improvements or suggestions. And being open and available to suggestions, comments, questions, and complaints, frankly, is a very important part of your relationship marketing. And finally, I would say that because one of the goals, if you will, of a relationship marketing plan is to take your customers and not only make them loyal and long-term, but to make them your brand promoters. You might want to consider conducting at some point a very simple, what's called a Net Promoter Score survey. The Net Promoter Score, or NPS, measures customer loyalty, and it also measures your customers' willingness to actively promote your business. And it's derived from a single question, which can be used on its own or in connection with others, which is asking the likelihood on the scale of 0 to 10 whether the customer would be willing to recommend your products or your services to a colleague, a friend, or a family member. You can find online, or I'd be happy to provide people who are interested with this, the way to conduct a Net Promoter Score survey and how to evaluate the answers to come up with your score, which is somewhere between 1 and 100, and it gives you sort of a benchmark as to whether you are doing a good job with your relationship marketing and your customer service, that you have a number of customers who are willing to actually be active brand promoters for you. So those are some of the basics of implementing your relationship marketing plan. But how does that work, as we've talked about, across the customer life cycle? Because there should be an aspect of your relationship marketing plan that is tailored to your customer life cycle at every single stage. So let's look at the customer life cycle for a second. Excellent customer service and relationship marketing begins before consumers become your customers. So prospects or leads, qualified leads, referrals from someone who has visited your site or opted into your emails or visited you on your social media platforms, interacted with you there, inquired about a promotion or called your offices. All of those are qualified leads that you should begin to be building a relationship with that involves excellent customer care, excellent response, providing them with value-added content through any of the channels that we've talked about, newsletters, your website, email, that provides them with practical, useful, non-product information. Direct selling is no longer an effective method of acquiring, creating new customer accounts. It has a place. Certainly advertising has a place. Certainly direct sales has a place. Certainly product-focused information is important, but built around that should be a program of marketing that provides non-product information to those folks who have expressed some form of interest in your company so that they're a little bit farther along, possibly in the buying process. They're aware of you, they're interacting with you, they have not bought yet. You want to cultivate a community of those folks and a connection with those people so that they will hopefully eventually move down the buying process to becoming new customers. New customers are at the beginning of their relationship with you, and it is the perfect time to be showcasing your excellent customer experience, to be providing them with information, and to be cultivating a loyal customer from the very beginning. A welcome kit, including information about perhaps the customer-only part of your website and how to use it, a sign-up for customer emails and newsletters, information about a referral program or a promotion. Many people don't want to begin a relationship with a new customer by asking for referrals or names of family members or friends, or even information about potential qualified leads. It's not a problem, and in fact it's recommended that even at the moment of closing a sale, your sales team knows to inquire of a brand new customer, can you think of anyone else I should talk to? Can you think of anybody who's just moved into the neighborhood? Are there neighbors and friends that may be interested in your security system? So this is your first experience. Your sales team and your installers are the first folks that are the brand ambassadors to interact with your new customers. So provide them with the resources to give your customers an excellent customer experience right from the get-go. And it's the beginning of a relationship that will eventually end up with a loyal customer and a brand promoter. Existing customers are the lifeblood, the heart of a customer relationship marketing program. They're the lifeblood of your profitability, because the longer you keep a customer, the more profitable that customer relationship becomes. A customer retention program is an excellent component to your customer relationship marketing, existing customer relationship marketing program. And if you don't have a customer retention program that is qualified and quantified, I would recommend that you consider putting one together. Anywhere your existing customers have an interaction with someone at your company, again, is an opportunity to build a loyal relationship. So customer service for sure, billing and collections, service and maintenance, any of those interactions. Here is where I would suggest what I would call preaching to the choir. Because your existing loyal customers may be your best promoters and your brand ambassadors, you do need to keep them well informed. Your content marketing should be focused on your solid customer base here and giving them value-added, useful information on any time that they have the ability to interact with you. Convert them to early adopters, as I said, because your existing customer base is more likely and more willing to adopt new technology and new services. Give them the opportunity and give them an incentive. Communicate with them about your offerings. Consider giving them promotional rates to try an incentive to promote them. Provide promotions for referrals and leads. And as I said, consider a customer loyalty program. Departing customers, exiting customers, should not be forgotten in your relationship marketing program. Even loyal customers cancel, and once you've done everything that you can to keep the customer, let them go with grace and goodwill. Make cancellation easy, because a good customer may return and may continue to be a referral source. And just a quick word about move. A good customer retention program includes a relocation or move program to retain the customer you have, if possible, as well as attracting the new homeowner to become a new customer. So, excuse me, there are some challenges to your relationship marketing program. Business owners struggle with marketing, and in particular relationship marketing for a number of reasons. Misunderstanding of the concept, which hopefully we've taken care of here. A lack of a marketing mindset. So adjusting your mindset so that you understand that marketing is a support function, not a core function, and a core function, not a support function, but a core function, excuse me. That it's integrated with your other core functions and that it drives your business strategy. Lack of focus on customer experience, inadequate employee training and resources, and missing top-down support are all reasons why relationship marketing programs struggle. So, and we've addressed a number of those today. So we have a couple of minutes left, and I'm wondering if there are any questions that I can help answer.
Great, thanks, Meg. Yes, just a reminder to attendees, please go ahead and submit any questions that you have through the question or chat log. We'll try to get through as many of these as possible. If we're unable to get to all the questions, Meg's contact information is up, so please be sure to use that. A question that's come through is about brand ambassadors. Can you explain how your other employees, how my other employees or non-customer service employees are going to help sell more systems and increase revenue?
Sure. So your other employees include folks, for example, like your sales team, who have the responsibility to do the selling, but they also have a responsibility to know your messaging and to communicate that messaging in a way that makes your prospects feel valued from the beginning. Your billing and collections folks have an opportunity to speak to your customers about billing issues, and whether they're simply problems, or simply communications with your customers. Here's your statement. We're going from, would you like to consider going from monthly to quarterly? They are having a direct interaction with your customers. They have the ability to put forward your brand messaging right there. So your billing and collections folks could be talking about opportunities that your customers could have to take advantage of other billing and collections options. They could be talking, they should be talking in an open, respectful, courteous way. And they should be offering solutions for gathering information and saying, I'll get back to you, and then fulfilling that promise. Your installers are one of the first people that your new customers interact with. There should be the highest standards for every employee in your company, including your installers, as to how they dress, how they act, how they interact with your customers, whether they're on time, whether they arrive and depart appropriately, whether they clean up after themselves, and while they're there, whether they're providing a message to your customers. This is a quality company that stands by its branding promise.
All right, great. Yes, thank you so much. And then just another question before we run out of time here. Relationship marketing, it just seems like this is a bunch of talk about customer service and customer retention. Can you explain how exactly this is marketing?
Sure. That's a great question. And it starts with the idea that marketing is, again, not just advertising or a campaign or your literature or your website. Marketing is a holistic and a core function that should overlay every other aspect of your business operation. It's marketing because you're not only giving information through your customer service experience and the customer service channels that you've got, it's using those channels, every available channel, to provide your branding message to your customers. And frankly, as we said before, your existing customer base is not only the basis for your ongoing profitability, but it is a resource for referrals, qualified leads, increased RMR through new products and services. So marketing taking care of, communicating with, building a relationship, engaging, and being of value and service to your existing customers through customer service, through the content that you provide, through social media, through all of your available channels to interact with your existing customers is marketing.
Great, perfect. Thank you so much for explaining that, Meg. Now, I know there were some other questions, but again, unfortunately we've run out of time, but Meg's contact information is up on your screen, and you can refer to it in the chat log. So we'd like to thank everyone. Meg, thank you again for lots of information, very informative. Please feel free to reach out to her, again, following the webinar. And a reminder that this recording will be available in the S&P Resource Library at esaweb.org. CE credits are available, and my contact information is in the chat log as well if you'd like to submit for your form. Once again, thank you for participating in today's webinar. We appreciate your time, and we hope you found this content useful, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.